Well, good late afternoon. Buenas tardes here in Tenerife, Spain, the Canary Islands, off the west coast of Africa. This is the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup, and it's France against Belgium. France, Les Bleus, have the ball first, and Gruda gets blocked from behind by Linskens. I thought she had a terrific game against Spain, and here's Hannah Mestag already. Excuse me, Kim Mestag. Hannah's her sister, she'll come in later. Mestag, well, she got posted up there from Chechuan. Alemán hands it off to Delar, gets it back. Here's Kim Mestag. Going to work against Johannes again, hands it off. Boy, that nice little give and go there, but this time it was rejected by that tall front line of France. Epupa gets in low, and then nobody boxes out Gruda. She misses the putback. And Epupa brings it out. I don't think Messerman is used to having her shot blocked. Johannes off 1 foot. Mestag on the baseline. Excuse me, am I going to get anything right? Messerman on the baseline. Snap out of it.
And these two teams are very familiar with each other, not just national team, but also during their pro seasons.
Ball goes out of bounds.
Julie Alleman currently plays for Lyon. Kim Mestag played in France for a few years. Emma Messman played many years in France. Ann Waters has played in France, Julie Van Loo. So they're very comfortable and they know each other.
Alemán over to Delar. Belgium with the early lead. Epupa has it taken away by Kim Mestag, gets it back. Now Miam for three. Alemán, again the dump to Messerman. Oh, and she had just enough English to get it to fall through the hoop.
And Andy Miam is a veteran, for me, one of the best players on this French team. But man, does she have her hands full trying to guard Messman tonight.
Indy Miam goes right at Linskens, who did just enough to help put her off the shot. Mestag this time takes the shot. The double down from Delar, and the ball goes out of bounds. Well, Philip Mestag, coaching in his first World Cup. What an experience it's been for him. They've had a great preparation for this World Cup. I think it shows as well. They meant business. They've come here and been terrific. Now Epupa. Chechuan traveling or carrying the ball, palming. And Waters getting loose over there on the bicycle, you can see behind the bench. Look back over at Belgium. Mestag back to Messerman. She goes right at France again, this time short. And Epupa brings it up the floor. Gruda hands it off to Miam and missed the shot. So Linskens picks up the foul. They are really we look at Miem take this these 2 free throws, Belgium every time down are going with Kim Mestag and Emma Messeman on the left.
Why
and
not?
I know, and you just wonder at what point is an adjustment going to be made by France, although they were unsuccessful the last trip. Here's Delar. See if they come over again. Mestag gets it. Now she's going to go from the right. Alamand from deep, and that 3-pointer.
And that was open because everyone was so concerned with out of the handoff Emma Messman rolling to the basket that Julie Alamand's defense had to go help off.
Now Johannes was fouled by Messeman. So Johannes getting ready. And Waters coming in, as well as Van Loo. Julie Van Loo. I tell you, I have to say, the memories that Marine Johannes gave us from 2016 are special. I mean, she was worth the price of admission fun to watch in Nantes at the Olympic qualifying tournament and also at the Olympics in Rio. And she makes 1 of 2. But this Belgium team also worth the price of admission. And Waters fouled by Tetouan from behind. I always thought that it was almost a given if somebody was posting you up and you were reaching around to try to knock the ball away.
Try and poke the ball.
It's 50-50. You're going to get a foul call.
Yeah.
So you don't even want to do it. Oh, they find a little breakdown. Nice pass, Alamand to Kim Mestag.
And what I like right now is just the confidence that this Belgium team is playing with. I think after that Spain win, they're not intimidated of anyone.
Messeman. Tetouan for 3. Oh, that is right on time for France. Mestag hands it back to Messeman. Wow. They are like, just follow me every time into the lane and I'll get you the ball. The defense calls to her.
It's either a pick or a handoff with Mestag and Messeman right now.
It is.
M&M. Hey, you go with what's rolling, and that's what's rolling for them right now. And until France can stop it, why change?
You could also bring in the other Mestag, and then you would have M&M. Here's Mestag taking the bump, but keeping her balance to where she can make the pass. Now she's having to fix the bun on her hair. Carpio's in the game as well. Here's Tetouan, the ball, batted away into the hands of Waters. Carpio gets into the lane, puts it up, and a foul on Tetouan. It's her second.
The advantage of France is so Coach Garnier is going to have to take out Tetouan, but Valerie Ayayi comes in.
France, if their fortunes change any. It's only a 5-point game, but Carpio is at the stripe. And Ayayi has come into the contest, as has Bernice, who was pretty solid last time out against Turkey. And that was good as well. Ayayi fouled by Mestag.
I don't think that's a necessary foul. I thought they did a good job, and they probably could have just trapped Ayayi there. I mean, it is her first, but it just
You never want to give away the cheap ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Now to Mia. Inside to Gruda, fouled by Waters. What a legend she is. I don't usually put legend to a player's name until they've stopped playing, but in her case, she's pretty much done it all, hasn't she? Europe, WNBA. Now she's trying to reach. Now she's trying to reach the heights. Yep. It's the biggest challenge of all. Johannes for three. There's Marine Johannes. The Johannes factor looms large, possibly. Capriou.
I think that might be on Gruda down on the block trying to guard. Here you see the three from Johannes. Trying to guard Waters. Oh, it was on Johannes, excuse me, the foul.
You didn't see it, but Capriou went over and low fived a fan in the VIP section. I wonder if there's somebody that she knows.
The VIP player.
Oh, they find Mestag underneath. Time and time again, Belgium are getting high percentage shots. Now Gruda, she has to shoot over Waters, and she does. I'll tell you, when it becomes very important to answer Belgium or to answer any team, France always gets something from Gruda.
And Waters and Gruda, they know each other very well. Playing against each other in Europe, EuroLeague this past season. They were teammates in Turkey.
Oh, good hands from Ayayi, taking it away. And Johannes earns the trip to the line. Messerman out of the picture complaining. Here you go, watch. Waters here trying to defend against Gruda. And pretty much doing all she can do. Just put your hands up. Messerman comes out. Rahman comes in. This is a very good sign for France that Johannes getting involved early here with the three-pointer. Now getting to the free throw line. Now she comes out. I always find Garnier's substitutions, or some of the substitutions from all the coaches, the timing seems a bit odd.
You know, it's a long game. If the game is close, Johannes is going to be on the court at the end of the game. So rest her while she can.
Mestag. Now France can tie it or take the lead with a three. Bernice. Oh. Looked like possibly a travel. Bernice. And Siak, who's come in. Oh, she had the putback. Wouldn't finish. She was in perfect position. Capriou. Into Waters.
And I'm so happy for Waters because I'm sure growing up, you know, Belgium didn't have the team that they have now. She accomplished absolutely everything else in her basketball career except really success with Belgium.
Yeah.
And to play for your country, it means so much more than to play for your pro teams. It's not about money, it's about love and representing your country. And now she gets to do that on the world stage.
Well, uncharacteristic turnover there off the hands of Michel. That was Van Loo who had missed for Belgium before that. Backdoor cut, and Hannah Mestag missed it, but Van Loo was out of bounds when she got the ball. So again, France with a chance to tie it or move in front of the Belgian Cats. Pass, Sarah Michelle. Linskin's got a hand on it, and I think it might have bothered Siak because it goes off of her hands and out of bounds.
There you see Coach Garnier demonstrating how to pass.
So Waters out, Delar in. Mestag into Linskens into the corner, and Delar's intent comes out. Yayi dumps it to Siak, but before the pass, she is fouled. We're in the final minute. 37.9 seconds remains in this quarter, this opening quarter.
And we talked a little bit at the beginning of the game about Linskens, how she's starting, how she's taking on a bigger role. We thought she played great against Spain, like everyone on Belgium. But last year at Eurobasket, to qualify for this event, she only averaged 2 points a game. And now she's averaging 9 points a game here at the world stage. So just to see her development, she is still only 21, but it's nice to see her development over the course of 1 year.
And not just from a point standpoint, from a passing, from a
Everything.
defense. Yeah,
rebounding, exactly, yep.
Hannah Mestag, good! Pass to Michelle. I'll tell you, when Druda comes out, that's the end of the quarter. France missing their #1 weapon, and it shows, but they do only trail by 3 here at the end of 1, 20-17.
And I think
some coaches program, obviously, when they're going to bring players out well in advance.
Yeah.
Alamon being pressured by Berenice. Here's Alamon going hard to the basket. Out to Hannah Mestag. Good! What if it's not one Mestag, it's another. And right now, their slick shooting is helping Belgium stay in front.
But what I'm more concerned about is France's defense. Because you know the Mestag sisters are shooters. Everyone knows they're shooters. Right here, you see, I think it was Sarah Michelle on defense. She came so far off because she was worried about Almond that you left a shooter. You can't leave a shooter's strong side open.
Yayi dumps it to Charteroux. Oh! What a shot from Charteroux, the 20-year-old. And now Belgium's turn. Alamon this time delivering to Messerman.
They're just exciting to watch. And you know what I love about Emma Messman? You know, she's averaging 16 points. She's a WNBA star. She's a European star, EuroLeague. But she just lets the game come to her. She doesn't force anything. She doesn't take bad shots. She's probably one of the most efficient players I have ever seen play the game.
She can make that left-handed layup, the right-handed layup.
Shot.
And she is getting great shots. Here's Charteroux. And Charteroux, if Linskin stays on her feet, she might not get that foul called, and that's what Alamon is telling her. It's just that temptation to jump is there, isn't it? So now we got the twin tower combination of Waters and Messiman.
And you know what's probably great? Messman grew up watching Waters.
Oh, yeah.
And now, you know, to have
teammates.
the opportunity to be teammates, I'm sure she idolized her growing up.
That's how many of the Canadians
Also shows how long.
you were playing,
Yeah.
by the way, Shauna.
That's how they feel.
That's how they did
Yeah,
feel
when I was, yep, it's true.
when you were in the
But
Canada team.
you know-
Shauna Thorburn, oh my goodness.
It also shows the longevity and the amazing career that Ann Waters has had, and she is still playing, and she is still a leader and contributing on this team at the age of 37.
Now the defense picking up a little bit. You can see Bernice, boy, she has got the bit between the teeth defensively. But here's Alemán. Bounce pass, this time to Waters. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the player, it's the play. And right now, France aren't stopping it.
And they were able to break apart a very strong French defense. They were locked in. They knew what they were doing.
Bernice over to Chartereau. Oh, big time! And she is starting to stand up at a very important time for France. But Alemán goes right down the left, unmolested.
And again, I think it's France's defense that is the reason that they're behind. Belgium are running beautiful offense as well, but it's more, I am more concerned by their defense.
Sorry, Michelle. She's not herself either the last couple of games. Delar. Alemán zigzagging. Bounce pass again. Bingo for Belgium.
My only concern, I absolutely love what I'm seeing right now. Can they do it for another 23 minutes? They did it against Spain for 40 minutes. To do that twice in a row.
Chartereau, oh! A star is born. Unbelievable. She's picked a good time to come out and carry her team offensively. She's become the X factor tonight. Now to Waters, and Siak commits the foul. It's the first for France in this quarter.
Right here you see Chartreuse' second three of the quarter.
Messiman goes out. Hannah Mestag, after a couple of good minutes, goes out. Waters given more minutes tonight. Kim Mestag back. The French are hoping that they will not be seeing Mestags in their sleep tonight. Here she is, Kim Mestag! Another one!
And that was from about 1.5 meters behind the three-point line, ladies and gentlemen.
And Pupa. Johannes back in as well. Gruda. High arcing shot. Alemán with the rebound. The Belgian Cats trying to sink their claws into these Blues here in this first half, and they are drawing some blood, really. You know the penetration's coming. Here it is. Waters rolls. She gets it. Every single time down the floor. The penetration, the defense moves, and the post player rolls to the basket.
And France do not know how to stop that.
It's vaguely reminiscent of, here you see Mestag. You know what it reminds me of is the 2006 FIBA Basketball World Cup in Japan when the Greeks upset USA, the men. Julie Alemán with 5 points, 8 assists, and 2 rebounds.
She might have a double-double with assists at halftime. Well, not if she's going out for a breather.
Well, still
well-deserved
5:44
breather.
remaining. You got to get Carbreu in there. Carprieux as well as Julie Van Loo. You got to keep the backcourt of Belgium happy. Look at this. Messman over there. She's been working hard. She gets a breather, and Waters misses, but Carprieux gets the rebound and missed the layup. Boy, she wanted that one. But that was a golden opportunity to get 3 points down the floor that trip. And Gruda says, here's how you, nope, I was gonna say, here's how you make a reverse layup. Epupa comes from behind. Carprieux looks for it. Oh, she carried. Good call. I think what happened was the ball got stuck on her hip. She drove left and the ball got stuck on her hip, and she took a step and then she kept dribbling.
And she has to be careful because she's continuing to talk to the ref. And we've seen technicals handed out.
Yeah, she's feisty.
I mean, their game against Spain, there were 2 unsportsmanlike and 2 technicals. So call happened. They're not going to change their mind.
No. Epupa, short jumper, gets it back. And Waters, and now Julie Van Loo in the open floor. She passes to Rahman on the right. Epupa pushes it quickly for France. Oh, traveling on Epupa.
And if I'm France right now, and if I'm Sandrine Gruda, I'm maybe, as the veteran, going and talking to my point guard, Epupa, and saying, you know, you took the last shot, probably not the offense we were looking at. Then you came down, forced something. Gruda needs to ask for the ball. She needs to be involved. Johannes, she had the early points. How has she not had touches? You have Chartreux, who had 8 points in a row almost for them.
Here's Waters again. She takes the contact and scores over Chartreux. 12 points, the advantage. The biggest lead of the game for Belgium. Gruda with a hand in the face, goes to work. And Mestag comes up with it. 2-on-1, pulls up. Bam! Belgium again!
And I just feel like Belgium wants it more right now. That ball right there, when she kind of stripped Johannes, she stopped fighting. Mestag's the one who fought. It was a kind of a 50-50 ball.
That's a good observation. Johannes drives in and is pushed. And that foul was on Kim. That was on Julie Van Loo. That was Mestag on the break. Boy, she is like an assassin. Alemán cheering from the bench. Johannes again. Carprieux spins, turns. And Julie Van Loo goes in, and again, everything a layup drill for Belgium.
I just love how everyone who has come in for this Belgium team.
And now an offensive foul.
Clearly the confidence that they got from that Spain win. Here we see it here. So they called a push-off on Johannes when she was trying to use the screen.
Alarm bells ringing, folks, and they're ringing in Paris.
If you're France, you just need to kind of stay calm and regroup right now. When they play helter-skelter, they do not play at their best. You don't need to force anything. You've got great scorers.
Julie Van Loo this time from deep, and she is fired up, and Belgium have extended their lead to 17, and Van Loo trips up Johannes and goes down herself. She's taking a knock. She might have to come out. She's hurt her left foot. It could be her ankle.
And that is her third foul as well, so she probably wouldn't come out anyway. That's disappointing. She forced a foul by playing defense, went down, hit a three.
She's going to be seen to by the physios immediately as Johannes now goes to the line with France in trouble. Spanish fans that are coming into the arena watching this and thinking, well, I'm not surprised. This is a good team. But clearly to me tonight is Johannes' night, and they need her on the court.
And you need to get looks for her. Right now, the last few possessions, she's had to create on her own. France have just stopped running plays. So now they go back into a 2-3 zone to see if they can kind of...
Oh, bounce pass again! They know that they're going to get something around the basket every trip down the floor. Carprio with a beautiful assist.
But this Belgium team, I mean, they just play so unselfish. Nothing is one-on-one. Right now, France are trying to do too much one-on-one. Belgium are passing and creating for each other.
Gruda just took that ball away. Shoots an air ball, and it goes right into the hands of a Pupa, who can't put it up and in, and then Gruda flies in, the ball goes out of bounds. Boy, it is an absolute, it's frustrating first half for France. 46 points for Belgium, and we still got 2:20 remaining in this first half. Carpio goes behind the back. Oh, little razzle-dazzle. Oh, if that had gone, that would have brought the house down. But then Gruda can't catch it. Can't believe she did a behind-the-back pass.
And it was so unnecessary.
Yeah.
That's what the best part was. And Mestag almost made it, so she won't miss this.
Mestag, goodness me! Has Belgium got a women's basketball team to pull for, or what? Wow. They are winning the hearts of the neutrals as well. It's incredible. Here's Johannes now. Indy Miem. Oh, that's a tough move for Indy Miem. She's been conspicuous by her absence.
They didn't really run an offense. It was one pass, and Indy Miem took it. Great job by Miem, but look how many people touched the ball. Look at the movement that Belgium has.
Oh, another overhead pass. I think Mestag might need to have a word with her. Delar flew in for the rebound. Carprio went for the steal. Gruda. Well, Carprio, one of her teammates tried to help her up. They thought she was coming up, and she fell back down. And she ended up becoming the last player down the court. Here she is again. Who's rolling to the basket is Mestag. This time couldn't quite get it, but she gets it to Delar. Now a Pupa chance to run for France. Oh! She smashed right into Carprio.
And again, I think, great job by Carprio to
take one for the team.
Take one for the team, big time, but I think Pupa's trying to do too much. Look at this. It was an easy call for the referees. Where is a Pupa trying to go? Either you got to go to your pull-up, or you wait for your team to come and you run offense. Like, things are not going well, so what do you do?
Delar goes all the way down the floor. Nobody picks her up. It's a horror show for France in the first half. What are they going to do to get back in this game? Gruda, 7-second differential on the game clock and the shot clock. Tetuan, now Waters, and Belgium have time for the last shot if they can hold it. Alamont goes behind her back. Gets inside, tries to hand it off. Good steal from Michel, but then Mestag takes it back and is fouled by Sarah Michel.
If everything can go right, it is going right now for Belgium. And everything is just going wrong for France. This is the smallest wave I have ever seen.
It's a ripple, but it's still a wave.
Fans participating in it.
Well, the other night there were about 350 here. I'm not sure how many are still around. Some may have had to get back to work the next day.
I have a feeling if Belgium advance, we might see even more tomorrow here in the semifinals.
Yeah, a Belgian invasion of Tenerife. Well, France are experiencing a very difficult moment. Bernice. France need to go look in the mirror and figure out how badly they want this, because right now, it's like you said, the team that really wants it is in white. The Belgian Cats lead it 53-31. Second half action underway here in the Santiago Martín in Tenerife, in the Canary Islands. And it's France in trouble, trailing 22 points against Belgium. Andy Miem starts things off with a three-pointer that's off target, but the long rebound goes to her. Now Johannes, well, Gruda didn't catch it cleanly, and Belgium pick it up. Alemán, her pass goes off the hands of Mestag. You know, Alemán already has a tournament high 9 assists, and she needed the first half to do that. And she didn't even play the entire first half. She has been terrific. Number 55. Don't be surprised to see a few Alemán jerseys going like hotcakes in Antwerp or wherever she's from. I need to find that one out. Inside now, Gruda. Delar couldn't catch it, and up ahead on the break, and Messerman goes in. Where is France? And finally, something positive, Chechuan. Delar again.
I mean, I just don't understand. France there scored. Here you see Chechuan realizing she has the advantage on a smaller Mestag, but then no one got back, and now you have Delar at the free throw line. She rolled that ball in. And it's a third foul by Chechuan. That's also dangerous.
The second one is good as well, and seems to be getting worse before it gets better for France. And Alemán comes in for the steal. Hands it off, Messerman, 59-33. Well, don't look now, folks, but we're getting dangerously close to the type of territory that we saw with Australia and China. Australia opened up a 40-point win at the end. It was no contest. And Alemán out-jumping Miem for the ball. And here she is again, putting pressure on the D, and she is fouled. And if I'm Garnier right now, I think I'd take everybody out and put in another 5. They look shell-shocked.
I agree with you. They're not getting back on defense there. I mean, here just a beautiful, you know Alemán is going to pass. She already has 11 assists when that happened. Clearly she's looking to pass. Let her dribble around. Maybe try and force her to shoot. Then again, she does have 6 points to go along with those 12 assists.
Well, by the way, okay, so somebody right now should say, I'm going to make up some Alemán jerseys in Liège. That's where she's from. The Liège-born Julie Alemán is lighting up the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup.
If people didn't know who she was.
Oh, they know now, don't they?
Oh, they know now.
Chechuan into the lane, out to Johannes. Deep, Gruda with the rebound. 28 points, the deficit. Miem, Linskens, Delar, and Johannes reaches in, and is called for the foul. Quite possibly the most fascinating development that we've seen in women's basketball in Europe anyway for a long time. This Belgium team. Look at Linskens getting swatted by Gruda. Here's Johannes in the open floor, up to Epupa. And Alemán goes over to help Epupa up.
And that attack by Epupa, I don't mind, because it was more one-on-one. She did kind of have a step. In the first half, I thought Epupa tried too much to force in transition.
Well, you feel bad for those France fans having to sit and watch their team get a beating like this, and you hope for their sake that France are going to make some type of run.
The basket is valid.
Got a stoppage in play here as they examine the shot clock has gone off.
Yes. Go.
There's a gremlin in the system all of a sudden.
Stop, continue.
So what are they looking at?
So it's 52. 52, okay? Good, 52. 52 in the main clock, 52 seconds, okay?
I like it when the refs take their time to get it right. So they're saying the shot clock is out. It's not working right now. Now it's reset. Okay. I don't know what the stoppage was. Alemán, guarded by Epupa. And this is where it has to happen for France. They need to get a steal, and they almost get it. And did Epupa not hit that?
I thought so, but maybe it went off Alemán's
okay.
foot. But so they're trying to run an offense, and Alemán has one of the best one-on-one defenders on her, Olivier Epupa. And Belgium are just taking too long to give her a pass. If I'm the point guard and I'm Alemán, I'm kind of yelling at my team saying, hey guys, get open, get into stuff quicker.
And France trying to get a good look, and they turn it over. It's just all going horribly wrong right now for Le Bleu. Mestag, bounce pass again to Messeman. Look at her, makes the extra pass over to Delar. Rims out, but Messeman with the rebound. Again, and this time Gruda was waiting. Good play, France. Now they need something to go right for them. Miem goes right at Messeman. And that's a good call by the ref. And that's a foul that Messeman doesn't need to make.
No, and you talked about that in the first half. It wasn't by Messeman, it was by, I don't remember the French player, but...
It was Chachouan.
Yeah, you can't really reach behind. Like, clearly you're touching somewhere, so now the refs are looking, and it's a foul.
Epupa to Chachouan. She's got it back. Miem open. Good. Indy Miem. Maybe she can start a comeback for the French. Mestag goes down the lane, bounce pass to Messeman. Much better. There was a hand that time when Mestag made the pass into the lane. Miem for three. That's two in a row for her. And Philip Mestag has seen enough. 61-39. And it's back to a 22-point game, which is where we were at halftime.
Pressure of Julie. At the stand, 2 and 3 to come into the ball, to bring out the ball. If you go diamond situation, this takes too much time.
I mean, now France has overtaken Belgium from the three-point shooting percent. Those are both incredibly high three-point shootings.
Finish it or finish it.
That was the first jumper from Miem. And then this was the next one. So at least France seemed to have found somebody that could provide a spark. question is, they still trail by 22 points, and they're going to have to get some turnovers. They need to get turnovers.
Stops,
yeah.
Easy baskets.
The
But
Waters,
you have to take it possession by possession, right? You can't get too rushed. I like this, though. I like seeing them out in a full court press.
well, Delar brings it up. Alamon. Delar to Waters. Shot clock winding down. Delar. Waters has to take a jumper. That's off to the right. Much better for France. Johannes no look to Gruda. Chachuan passes up to 3 and says, I'll just take the 2. No, it stays out. But Miam gets the ball knocked away, and now Mestag elects to pull it out. Boy, how did Chachuan not get that to go down? Over to Mestag from the left.
A rare wide open miss from Mestag. But we knew they were going to cool off. Sorry.
Into Miam again.
We knew they were going to cool off. I knew France was going to go on a run at some point. They had to.
Delar right down the lane, and she missed the layup. Both teams now missing layups. Johannes step back 3. Well, that was right on line, but short. Now the quick pass to Alemon. Decides not to shoot it, takes it back out. Epupa, the quick hands, takes it away from Alemon. 2-on-1 break. Johannes puts it up and in, and it's back to 20 points, the deficit.
And I think you see some people coming off the bench for Belgium. Alemon is tired. She needs a breather.
In quickly to Waters.
They could have done that 4 possessions ago. Just run a play. When they run things, they execute them exceptionally well.
Bernice is coming in for France, and Gruda not able to collect that pass. And Kim Mestag blocked by Chachuan. And Mestag slow up the court. She's tired. Gruda, pump fake, layup, missed it again. And France right now must think they're cursed.
But both of these teams look absolutely gassed to me.
Alemon.
And look at her running back. She is tired.
Yep, she might be
You
breathing
almost
heavily for a long time. Epupa.
You think about taking a foul because there has been no stoppage in play, if you've noticed, for quite a while now, Jeff.
Both teams breathing heavily. Epupa reaches in, comes up with a steal, goes behind the back, and then tries to make the quick pass to Miam, and it goes out of bounds. And you get the feeling those Belgian players, anyway, glad to see substitutions coming in, and we're also seeing some for France. $14 turnovers for France, 7 for Belgium. I think Belgium probably should consider themselves lucky that France have not chipped away further at that deficit, because France have missed some easy ones. Ayayi for 3. Now back to 19 points. Quick pass to Messiman. Boy, great play from Waters and Messiman, who has been rested. Carprio has the capacity to make the big plays, but here's Miam. Clearly their best option right now on offense. Although we did see Ayayi just nail a 3. Oh, look at her go behind the back, Carprio. Now Ayayi almost. Hannah Mestag, short. Foul number 3 on Belgium here in the third quarter. France have got to dig deep. They need more plays like this from Indy Mia. France would love dearly to cut further into that deficit here.
If I'm France, I would like to try and get it down to maybe 15-14 going into the
Oh, they leave Mia open! Giving Belgium a little bit of their own medicine. Back to 17 points. They've chipped away 5 points now off that halftime deficit. No look pass. Carprio just looks over at the crowd. Oh, and the steal, and I'd have to see a replay of that. It happened so
You and I were
fast.
looking down the other end of the court.
Boy, Messerman almost compounded France's problems there. Look at this. The sweet pass, and then, well, it happened after that, so they didn't see it either. Offensive foul. So Chateauroux picks up the personal. Waters playing big minutes tonight. Here she is. Over to Hannah Mestag. Could have passed it cross court to Van Loo. Good to see Van Loo back out there, actually. Remember, she left for the foot injury. France are going to hold it for one. They have one to give, the foul. Berenice, they don't want to foul her on the shot. Now, just enough time. They're not going to get it off in time. Well, France are a little bit closer, 19 points, but that's still a mountain to climb here at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup against Belgium.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a long play with maybe a nice open shot at the end of the shot clock for Belgium.
Well, Gruda is at the line and misses the first one, and you know, if you're France, you have to say, it's been a good fight back here in the second half, but are they going to run out of time? And the ball goes out of bounds. Good hustle by Olivier Pupa to get the ball back for France. Well, Pupa's had her struggles in this tournament, but she's given a lot of effort right now. Johannes. No look pass. Mia goes in and out. Now over to
See, you see
Van
the bench
Loo.
from Belgium saying, calm down, slow down, use the time.
Alemán. Mestag. Alemán.
And great job by Emma Messman with the offensive rebound and pulling it back out. Again, use more clock.
Van Loo. France have to hurry. The clock
They
is
do.
the enemy now.
But you don't want to force anything bad either. And now no one wants to take the shot for France, which is...
Yayi. Over to Gruda.
I mean, if I'm Belgium, that was perfect. France used their own clock, which is not to their advantage right now.
Well, what a memorable night here at this jump shot, and the basket is good from Mestag. It looks like they are gonna hold on.
I don't know.
Under 3 minutes to go.
Maybe smelling an upset brewing.
Well, there have been some awkward moments in this second half for Belgium. Miem. Now the air ball, and Epupa gets in there. Mestag brings it up. Is able to hand it off. Van Loo open. She's just going to take it. Messerman with the rebound. Now Valters. Alemán drives in. It's been an awkward second half, to put it mildly, for Belgium, but They were up by 22 at the break. Now with 2:17 remaining.
For you see Julie Almond right there celebrating, because look at that. 9 points, 2 rebounds, 13 assists. You can't really say more about her performance. Has she ever had a breakout performance? And everyone is going to know who she is after this tournament.
Pass to Bernice. France have got to.
I mean, France don't even know what they're doing right now.
Well, Indy Meehan goes up, fouled by Rahman. You know, it's tough to come to a competition and win time and time again, but also tough to basically follow up. You know, once you get into that situation where France have been, they had to win that qualification for the quarterfinal game.
That's another thing.
And this is 3 teams now that it looks like France, if they don't pull off a miracle comeback.
I really think we're seeing the tired legs, the heavy legs, from having to play that extra game. Belgium looked fresh to me. They looked fresh from the start. They got a little tired there in the 3rd quarter, but not as tired as this French team.
Alemán goes in over to Villar. Now Mestag from the right, and ball goes back to France. I mean, it hasn't been anywhere nearly as polished a performance from Belgium in the 2nd half, but to be honest, they had such a huge lead over France. You know, at the start of the 2nd half, they went up by 28 points. So France got it down to 10.
France have not led once in this game, not even a 1-point lead.
It looked decidedly shaky, though, for Belgium until Van Loo
made the free throws and then that 3.
And the 3-pointer.
Yep.
And those were, they could end up being the straws that broke the French camel's back.
But this is what I was saying. You asked me quite a few minutes ago, you know, do you think Belgium's going to pull it off?
Well, here's Alemán, and what a performance from her tonight. She's got the 13 assists to go with her, I think now 11 points. With those, she got 9 or 13? Yeah, 11 points, 13 assists.
Double-double.
The high in assists for this tournament, and the way she pulled the strings in that 1st half, we have to marvel at. And Johannes hits the 3 with 1:14 to go. It's a 16-point lead. You have to wonder with Johannes, she's such an amazing talent. And in some ways,
didn't go to her more?
Yeah, well, I just have to question why she came out when she did in the 1st half after she scored a couple of times in succession. Look at this. You know, this team reached the podium at the Eurobasket Women.
For the first time.
For the first time last year.
And now they have put themselves in a position to possibly get a medal at the 2018 FIBA World Cup.
I just think you have to wonder if this is not even a greater achievement. Just getting to the semifinals here.
I just want to know if we're going to see another tumble by Julie Van Loo when she tries to celebrate this win.
Oh, it went viral, didn't it?
It did. Those of you who have not seen that, go to Twitter.
Well, there's no doubt about it, folks. This Belgian team is moving from strength to strength. The Belgian Cats. And they're helping put the sport on that map. Women's basketball is flying high in the Low Countries.
Wow. All I can say is wow. You can say your catchphrase that the Belgian fans like.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I think now we know that we are not being kidded. We are not delusional. This is actually happening. And
this is one of the best performances I have ever seen. And they have done it 2 times already.
And I'm guessing that their next opponents are going to scout these, look at videotapes. That would be the greatest accomplishment of all if they were to win the next one.
And we know that they are playing the U.S.
Exactly. So famous night for Belgian women's basketball. The FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup And Carpio hits the three at the end. She's going to enjoy it. So are the Belgian teammates. And Belgian basketball overall. No, folks, we're not kidding you. Belgium have made it to the semifinals of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. It is something else. They win it convincingly, 86-65 over France.